Hi, and thanks for joining me. I'm John with BitSize Tech. Today we're going to go over how to create secrets through the CLI, specifically key value pairs, as well as creating the secrets through the UI. So we're going to go over just key value pair for now. Later on, we're going to show you how to create other types of secrets, but this one we want to focus on just the key value pair. Also, we're going to show you how to access those secrets remotely. We're going to use the HTTP API for this. There is also the method of the CLI. We will show the setup process in a different tutorial, but those are the topics that we're going to cover today. So go ahead and join me in the rest of the video. All right, thanks for joining me in the rest of the video. So we're going to start out, we're going to go ahead and log back into the Vault server. I've already SSH'd into my machine, so we're starting from there. If you either rebooted or you sealed your Vault, you're going to have to go through the unseal process. We're just going to walk through it again. So we're going to start by unsealing. So we're going to do Vault operator unseal. And again, you'll have to put in 3 tokens. Fun process of unsealing. All right, we'll just have to do this 2 more times, and remember it can be any 3 tokens in any order. And once more. There we go. Now Vault is unsealed. We're going to log in. So to do that, it's just Vault login. And we'll use our token. Great. We're now authenticated. So I'm going to clear. So the first thing we want to do is enable our key value pair as a secret. So to do that, we do Vault secrets, and then it's enable KV. So I've already enabled it. Did this to check out before I did the tutorial video. So we're going to do a disable so you can see what that looks like. Okay. That path is now disabled. So we'll try that again. This is what it'll look like. It is now enabled. Great. So what we want to do is we want to put in our first secret. So to do that, you want to say Vault, and then KV is the type of secret that you want to put in. And use the put command, and then we're going to specify the path. So I'm going to put it in the path KV/secret. So the reason it's that is this was the path we enabled. This is the path where we want to set that secret. So now we have to tell it what secret we want to set. So a practical use case would be is if you want to store username and passwords, API keys, anything of that nature. So I could say like username equals Vault demo, right? And then I could also specify password equals this is a password. And what we're doing is we're allowing those to be stored secretly, or safely rather, in order to ensure security. So this is the same principle you have every day if you use a password manager like LastPass, 1Password, Dashlane, etc. So we're doing the same thing but for infrastructure. So we want servers and machines to communicate with each other, but we want to do that securely and store it so that way that outside we're doing this in order to make sure that nobody outside of our organization can access it. So that's what we're doing this, the reason why we're doing this. So for this demo, I'm going to say foo equals bar, right? Pretty simple. Now say we want to add another secret, hello equals world. Great. Let's do Vault KV list. And what this is saying is we're going to list all secrets within KV. So we see secret. Great. So I would say Vault get KV/secret / Oh, I forgot to put KV in front of that. Oh, we see we only have hello world. That's because we overwrote that specific path. Now, if you wanted to add a second secret, say if you're writing to that path, if I wanted to say foo equals var, that's what I do. And then if I do get, we have both secrets. So that's something to know, that you can designate multiple secrets to one path. So this is where it'd be useful to have username, password, say IP address, etc. You can store that all within one path. So you can organize your secrets in any which way that you see fit. So it's just a nested method. So that's how it works essentially. So say we want to return it in JSON, we would say vault kv get dash format equals JSON kv slash secret, and then I want that to use JQ like we did previously just to see that output. So you can see it's a little bit more readable. This is our request ID. This is how long we have access to it. Is it renewable, etc. But this is specifically what we're looking for. So we get both of those in a JSON output as opposed to just a text standard out. So now we want to delete that secret. So in this case, we would say vault kv delete kv slash secret. So we're deleting that whole path. Great. Now, it's not going to give you an error if that path doesn't exist, so you need to make sure that you have the correct path when you do it. It's just going to say, hey, it's deleted if it's there, so you need to make sure that it actually exists. So let's try doing a get again. No secrets found. Great. We know it was deleted. So before we move into the UI, I'm going to do what I did originally when we had the issue and do vault disable kv oh, secrets. Misspelled that. There we go. So that helps. Just make sure you use secrets, not secret. Does not work if you do that. So we're going to clear. And now we're going to log into our Vault server through the UI. So in my case, I've got this behind a domain name. So I would just open a browser, paste it in. So this is my domain I'm using. We're going to port 8200, and then you just need to /UI. It's going to take you directly to a sign-in page. So this is where I will enter my token again, and it's still unsealed. So this is something to know. If it's unsealed, it will still remain unsealed. We can see that up here in the status that it says unsealed. All right, we're going to log in. Great. So this is where we drop initially is in our secrets. You can see that I have a couple of secrets already enabled. We're going to go ahead and disable those. But this is where you'll see that. If you want to enable a new engine, you can go here, etc. You'll see access policies. We kind of briefly looked over that in the last video. But here's your menu. So what we're going to do this time is we're going to enable the engine. We're going to go to KV. We're going to hit next. You're going to get a couple of choices. Now this is where you can choose the version, as well as you can change your path. So previously we were using KV. You can set a custom path and still make it a key value pair. So what I'm going to do is, you know what, let's start out with a version 2. We're going to say BST /v2, so we know it's a version 2. I'm going to say enable engine. Great, that path is now enabled. So I'm going to now create a secret. To create a secret, I need to create a path, which I'm going to use secret again. Nothing fancy. And then for my key, what is it? This is a v2 secret. Great. We're going to add. Oh, sorry. We don't need to add, but that's how you do it. Click save. Now we see we have one key value pair in here. Now we're going to go through V1 now in a second, because this will become apparent why we're doing this when we go to the API topic. There is a slight difference when you deal with it in the API. As far as the UI is concerned, not much of a difference. But as far as the API is concerned, there is a difference between the two. So if I go to secrets, enable engine, KV, next, version 1. Great. Actually, I'm going to rename that to make it easier on us. We're going to keep KV, that's fine. We're going to do the same naming convention we did in the first one. It does not like to swap to V1. BST/V1. Great. No secrets. We're going to now create another secret. We'll just do the same thing. Secret. What is it? We'll say this is a V1 secret. Great. Click save. We can see this is a V1 secret. Awesome. So if we go back, the only difference you'll notice is this right here is the designation. Any new secret created will default to a V2. That's whether you're in the UI or through the CLI, it goes to V2. So we've created a secret through the UI. Say we want to access these remotely. This is where we're going to go through the API. So let me create a new terminal, and then let me increase the window size for you guys. Maybe not that big. How about there? Great. So in order to access these secrets, we're going to use curl. This is how it works for Vault. So we're going to say curl. And you're going to set a header for the Vault token, and it's -H to designate that in curl. And it's x-vault-token. And then it's colon space. And then this is where I'm going to set that token. This is my admin token. We're going to close that header out. Then we're going to say -x and say get. Now, in order to get that secret, we're going to put in HTTPS because that's what we set our Vault up to do. Vault.bitsized.tech. And we'll say 8200. And every single vault is going to use this sort of path, or it's your vault domain. It could also be an IP address, your port, and then V1 is the start of every call, regardless of whether it's a V1 or V2 secret. That's just the API version. So it's a little confusing, but we're going to start by grabbing that V1. So BST V1, that was our path, and we'll say /secret. And then we're going to pipe that to JQ again, just to make it a little bit easier to read. There is no... Oh, I did that wrong. There's a slash in there. Hey, that worked this time. So we can see we got back data. What is it? This is a V1 secret. Great. Now... let's try it for the V2 secret. Invalid path. That's because there's an additional path you have to add in to grab that. It's /data. So this exists after your normal path, before your actual secret path. You have to put in that /data. This will also become more relevant later when we go over policies. You'll need to know that when you're setting custom policies to access V2 secrets. It's about that nested property that you'll need to know this. So we'll do it again. Hey, this is a V2 secret. And as you can see, it's in that data path with another data path. In V1, this exists, as we saw up here. Right here. Yep. It's just implicit in that request. Down here, there's a secondary data path. I don't know why this is. I couldn't answer That's something Hashicorp would have to give you the answer on, but it's just something you need to know if you're using the API or going through policies. There's a second layer there. Great. Now let's say we want to create, or actually let's do this. You can also not use the Vault token as your header. Most APIs will use an authorization header. So what you would say is authorization. Sorry, just checking my spelling. I'm terrible at it sometimes. Token. And then, or no, bearer. So we'd say bearer. And then we'd have the token. That also works. Yep, that also worked. So instead of saying that this one here, which is a custom Vault token, we would actually use a standard sort of method. A lot of them use authorization headers for APIs, and it'll either be bearer or token, something along those lines, an API key. This is a standard practice in most. This is just Vault saying you can also use their specific one if you didn't want to say an authorization header. So now that we've tried that out, let's try and create a secret through the API. So to do that, we're going to create a JSON file. So sudo nano, and we'll say payload. Helps if I spell that correct. JSON. Great. And then I've got a example one that I've included. So we'll copy this over. So JSON format, right? We're saying data, and then these are our keys that we're putting in there. So we're going to quit that, save it. And then now we're going to actually write that. So it's going to be very similar to our other one. We'll just use this as a template. So instead of xget, we'll do xpost. So this is actually, you can also use put. I'm using post, but put and post, very similar. So we're going to do it to, let's do it to the v1. Delete that out. And then we're going to state -- data. And we're going to say at payload .json. Great. It gives you that. Now let's try getting that. Just delete that out of there. And we'll change back from post to get. Great. As you can see, we wrote over our previous data. It is now bim bam, foobar, and zip zap. So that's how you create it. That's how you get it. That's how you add information. You can use the post if that doesn't exist, as long as that path you can write to it with your token. You can also do that as well. Now let's say we just want to straight delete it. Instead of a get, we will say delete. So let's just delete the whole thing. So we don't need that v1. We don't need the secret. There's no handler. Oh, I do need the v1. Great. We'll try getting again. Oh. It'll give you an error. That doesn't exist. Great. So we can also go through the UI, check. Yep, that secret's gone. So this is just an intro into creating secrets, writing secrets, getting secrets, updating them through the API, doing a little bit of that introduction. So that's all we're going to cover in this section. We will do some other sections specifically about enabling auth methods, enabling, access policies, creating, ways to assume role in AWS. There's a lot of things that Vault can do, so we're going to kind of go over those piece by piece. Right now, we were just working with key value pairs, right? Like, we're also going to look at PKI, certificates, SSH, TOTP. This is specifically used for SSH. It's really cool. You can also just set up temporary passwords for other things, right? Vault can generate those secrets for you. You can also access cloud things. So we're going to go through all that. Thanks again for joining me. I'll see you in the next video. Have a good one. Have fun with Vault.